Continue up to the final chamber. You see another grate here, kind of like a prison cell door, if you will, portcullis. And behind it is standing an individual that you can see through. He's translucent. Looks like this. He is elven. He is wearing armor, has a shield and a sword, and he is standing there impassively, staring ahead.
Bestow my Hexblade's curse upon him before we enter combat.
It does not react till you guys approach.
Huh.
Trying
Can
to
you
communicate with him.
I asked
yes,
Rowan.
I speak Elvish. I'm trying to communicate with him in Elvish. Just say hello and what he's doing here.
You see the apparition's mouth opens, but its mouth does not move to form words, but a voice does come emanating. Seems like it's coming from a long way away, and it says, "The way is shut, and the dead keep it."
That doesn't
I
sound
asked,
pleasant, guys.
I asked Rowan if she is strong enough to lift the portcullis. To lift the portcullis.
Let me see. I guess I am.
With a loud shriek and metallic grating, the spirit shimmers one final time. It intones in another hollow voice, "You have been warned," and then it disappears, and the door is open.
Well, at least it won't us.
You guys enter the chamber. You can see that there are 4 pillars going from the floor to the ceiling, and in the center is a kind of a raised platform with a large coffin made of stone sitting on top of it.
I searched the coffin for any traps.
You can see that it's covered in some kind of writing, but you do not find any traps.
So I pretend to study the runes before turning to the dwarf and saying, "So, what do you make?" Point at the writing.
Well, let's see.
You're able to read the runes, and they are runes of warning. They are written in Elvish, and they say, "An ancient evil slumbers here. Those who disturb it do so at their own risk," kind of thing. They're sigils of warding. And you guys can, let's see, you can make an Arcana check, or with your history you could tell the wards have expired. If there were magical traps or wards guarding this thing, they are no longer intact.
Well, it seems we found our evil.
I jam my, try and jam my pole under the lid, my staff under the lid of the coffin and try and lever it.
All right, athletics check.
I lend a hand.
Okay. You can also make an athletics check, and we'll see how the two of you do. Rowan, you're having trouble finding a place to, like, a finger hold to get hold of it. Ravel, you're able to kind of lever a little bit with your staff, but it still does not budge. You guys are going to have to put more effort into it or come up with another plan.
I shout for Morrigan.
Yeah.
Standing there, dwarf. I thought you wanted to kill this evil. Help us expose it.
Okay.
Let's try this again, guys.
Let's
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
So you guys lift just a little bit. Ravel is able to slip his quarterstaff underneath and finally get the lever action going. And no sooner than you guys shove the lid off and to one side, a huge gout of dust and wind billows up and out of the coffin, and immediately standing before you is a large skeleton clad in plate armor with a crown.
With a crown, too.
And you can hear in your heads, it's not out of your ears, but in your heads you hear, "Who dares awaken me?" And you can tell the hostile intent is evident. Oh, and he rolls a 2 initiative. Go ahead and roll initiative. Rowan, you're the fastest.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage. Take a swing at it.
Oh yes, that hits. His plate
What's
armor
the
is
damage?
very much not intact. Most of it's rusted and easily punctured. Yes, 10 damage. A good hit. Morgren.
Okay. I will try the straightforward solution. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow. Okay. I
Nice.
said skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning, so that's 24 damage. Drop the hammer, crushing his ribcage. Pieces of armor go flying off of him. That was a hell of a good hit.
And I'm done.
Wow. Morgren finally found his calling. Ravel.
Ravel steps in, unleashes 2 sharp strikes.
That one misses. That one hits. A good hit. 14 total. It turns to you, Morgren. You can tell the glowing red embers in its eye sockets flare when they look at you, and they say, the hated light must be extinguished. He's going to cast Spiritual Weapon first on Morgren, using his 2nd level spell slot, of course. And he got a critical hit on you. 25, and on a hit, force damage equal to 10, plus 4 on a crit is 14 force damage. There we go. Spirit Weapon. Okay. And then for his action, he whirls around with a great sword and attempts to slash you with it as well, Morgren. Undead hate clerics. It's not a crit, fortunately, but it does hit. Morgren cannot withstand that, and that actually takes him down. Round 2. Morgren, let me finish putting all the tokens. You've got an X, you are prone, and you are bleeding out. So roll a death save for your turn. That's just a simple D20 roll.
Okay.
You're bleeding and slip 1 step closer to death. If you get 3 of those failures, you have expired. Okay, you can roll your initiative, and Ravel, go ahead. Okay. That hits, 8 damage. That does not hit. Okay, that provokes. He will swipe at you. Ouch. Nasty gash across Ravel's shoulder as he tries to exit the reach of the ancient evil. Rowan, go ahead.
I'm gonna attack recklessly.
You bring your great sword around, smashing it into the center mass of the ancient evil, shattering the rest of its ribcage. The whole thing collapses into a pile of bones and dust. Its crown rolls to a stop at your feet, and the whole tomb goes quiet.
I'm trying to fix Morgren.
That's a heal check. And if you get a
Medicine. Right.
medicine. Yep, and that's good enough. You've stabilized Morgren. He will no longer bleed out.
That's something.
Very good.
Now I'm looking at the crown. Might be something valuable.
It
Or
looks
something
like
magic infused.
indeed.
I'm gonna try and put it on.
That's probably smart. The crown is made of gold and it is bejeweled, so you could guess it's probably worth quite a lot of gold. And Ravel, you noticed that one of the hands that was holding the sword had a ring on it, a very shiny ring.
I pull out a dagger and cut the finger away with the ring.
All right. So shiny ring made of silver, and it has a blue stone set in it.
Okay, can I wake up and...
Yes, you have 1 hit point now.
I search the sarcophagus for I might have missed.
You find several small statues made of gold inside the sarcophagus. If you want to know, you can make a history check to know more about it. And you guys find 11 gold worth of small statues and jewels inside the sarcophagus.
Can I have the advantage on my history roll as I know? As I know. Legend.
Yes. You've heard the legends. There have been legends all throughout Cormyr about the vast swamp and how there was an ancient elven civilization here long before the Cormyr Empire. And so dotting the lands are these old tombs And so the crown itself is an ancient king. He was an evil king, apparently, but was buried with his golden regalia all the same. But you guys have dispatched that ancient evil and laid claim to the gold and loot down here. Ways. You guys get 167 gold each out of that crown. And Ravel, your ring, make an Arcana check on that. You can tell that the ring is magic. There's something magic about it, but you're not sure what.
We should investigate. We should have someone investigate. I think it possesses powers beyond the ordinary.
Cool. All right, guys, that pretty well concludes the adventure. You would return to town with your gains. You would probably sell the crown for actual money, find someone who can identify the ring. We may do that next time. But that resolves this adventure. Cool. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good to be playing again.
And if you guys did have fun, we may hang out again next weekend and play again.